It is Transfer Talk Time, people. Welcome back to the channel. Will Leeds United get in a signing before the Tuesday's deadline, which is tomorrow as I record this? We shall see, but it looks like they're making efforts to do that. Also, a link on Junior Firpo and a couple of players that I don't care about, but we're going to have to discuss just for full clarity of the video, and I wouldn't be doing my job if I didn't mention them. So we'll talk about them at the end. But first of all, let's get into this one. One I do care about. And we've been to Strasbourg a couple of times already this season, people. We've talked about Omega. We've talked about Petrovic, who was on loan there from Chelsea. Well, we're going in for one of their other players, okay? We're going in for another one. Habib Diarra. This is via L'Equipe, Premier League club Leeds United offering 26 million euros for midfielder Habib Diarra, who's 21 years old, Senegalese international. And that was confirmed as well with the YEP as well. 26 million euros, by the way, works out to around 22 million pounds. So that's the initial bid that's been made. I am all for this one, and it just shows the kind of midfielders that we are going for, even with, you know, the two that I'm going to mention at the end. We look to be going for that box-to-box midfielder, dynamic, press-resistant kind of players, even though one of the two is not press-resistant at the end. But this guy is, and this guy will get on the ball. He can make things happen, gets back in, does all the defensive work, but is good for a goal as well. Got himself 9 goal involvements from midfield for Strasbourg last season. And not only that, he's already a leader of the team, already captains the team as well. So you're getting a good head on your shoulders there, always barking orders from the middle of midfield. And we're going to need that next season a lot. We're going to need that leadership. And this is where I go as well. When people say we're going to need leadership, it comes in all shapes and forms. And for me, we are in a position where we can't have somebody who's just good off the pitch and just a great leader off the pitch, like we did with Giavogi last season. We need people that can be that leader on the pitch and off it and do both jobs. We can't afford to do that in our first year back. And this guy would definitely help. Now, will 26 million euros get the deal done? I don't know, but it's a good initial offer to submit in the first place. Some of the reports and even some of their fans are saying it should be nearer 30, but we shall see what Strasbourg say. But Liam Rosenior, you know, he's done a real good job over there, and this is just another one of the talents. And I mentioned it last time we was in the Premier League that we should have been looking at Ligue 1 players a lot more. I mentioned Chet Decore at the time. I even mentioned this little player called Desiree Doué, who was young at the time. Said he's gonna rip it up in the future. Hey, look at him now. There's a whole bunch of talent in that league, and I'm glad that we are shopping in that league, especially as we talk about the goalkeeper as well in Fofana. So this one I would be very happy with. And it does also indicate that it could be like a change of system next season, which is also exciting as well for me. Looks like we might go with different tactical plans if we are signing players like this. But yeah, this is a kind of player that can allow your defensive midfielders to do their work while he does the running and everything else, and can get himself forward, and won't just be one where he's just getting forward for no reason like we've had previously. Not going to mention names, but you know, he will be in there trying to create and get himself a goal as well. So yeah, there's a whole plus points for this transfer for me. I definitely am all for this, and we'll wait and see now what's next. Will Strasbourg reject it, negotiate the bid? We shall see. But Habib Diarra, I'm very for this transfer. Give me your thoughts in the comments. Another one that we discussed, and we discussed it on yesterday's live stream. And if you haven't seen that, please go back and watch it. Good to interact with people. But I know you guys like these short videos during the week for the main part. Obviously, if anything comes more official where we've had a bid accepted or terms agreed and everything else like that, we'll go live and discuss it, and all together. But Jaka Bijol, who we discussed yesterday, centre-back, Slovenian international, 26 years old. Joe Donahue says that the asking price is believed to be between 18 and 19 million, and sources in Italy expect Leeds United to go to that figure. We said yesterday it was around 17, so, we're talking a couple million here. But absolutely, get this one done before the Milan clubs can, turn around and get involved, because if he's got a choice between Leeds United and staying in Italy and playing for one of the Milan clubs, I'd figure that he might want to go there. But he does sound like he does want Premier League. He wants to go to the Premier League too. So, yeah, for me, Bijol, I like the sound of a partnership between Bijol and Rodon. It just sounds solid. Bijol's good with his feet as well. We discussed this yesterday, but it does sound like Leeds United are making moves to get this deal done. Now, the interesting thing with this is that a couple of reports I've read, and it's something I said a couple of weeks ago. I wouldn't be surprised if Pascal Struijk is sold just purely on the basis of pure profit for PSR. Now, would I sell Pascal Struijk? I probably wouldn't. But if you're getting in a first choice defender, which I believe that we should have done anyway, and looks like we are trying to do, then it's cool. But if they are looking for PSR reasons to for it to go against the books, then I do understand. I completely understand in that sense. But yeah, Pascal, it's interesting how many reports are saying that he could be the sacrificial lamb along with Max Verber to leave. As Leeds United look to balance the books a bit, but we shall see with that. But first of all, let's see what happens with this Bijol bid. Hopefully, we do get him because I like him a lot. I really do like this guy a lot. So we shall see what happens next. Junior Firpo, it looks like increasingly likely he's going to leave. Fabrizio put this out earlier, and I'll go to the main source in a bit. But Real Betis will sign a new left back, and they've approached Junior Firpo for a potential return. Alex Moreno is another option on the list, and it was via Alvaro Borrego, who said, thanks for the scoop. And so it is. Junior Firpo does lead the race for Betis left back position. So he's obviously the #1 target that they've got. Significant progress and or a green light could come soon. And so basically with this, I think Firpo is gone. And I think that was pretty obvious anyway. I think as time has gone on, he's obviously weighed up his options. And to be fair to him, he's had a lot of options to weigh up. But I always thought that the return to Betis just made so much sense. No, Lazio have been involved in these talks as well as a few other clubs. But I did think once Betis came back in, he'd probably go back home and return there. But yeah, it does seem like Junior will be on his way out. And I guess we'll find out in what, 21 days. But yeah, Junior Firpo has an offer from Betis, and it looks like he could be there. Now, the two links that I'm going to speak about now, I'm not going to spend too long on it, to be honest. I've given my thoughts about Sean Longstaff previously, but apparently Newcastle are considering bids from both Leeds United and Everton. So I would say good luck, Everton, and I hope you get your man. All right, I hope you get your man and all that. I think the fee is believed to be around 12 to 15 million. Yeah, just does nothing for me. He doesn't do anything of note. I've said this before. He's just another one of those midfielders that are just there. And I do believe he'd be like the new Adam Forshaw at the football club, where whenever he runs around a bit, people would go, oh, look at his heat map. Oh, lovely. So for me, yeah, Sean Longstaff, Everton, I hope you get the bid done, man. David Moyes, top manager, new ground and everything. Go and explore that. You know what I mean? The next one, though, is Shea Charles. And this one for me just doesn't make any sense. And I mean it from the point of, I'm not saying Shea Charles is finished. He's got a lot of potential, for sure. He's got a lot of potential. The thing for me is he went to Southampton, and I could be wrong here, but I do remember him having a break in his contract midway through the season at Sheffield Wednesday, because there was a rumor that he was going to go to Sheffield United. And then once he stayed at Sheffield Wednesday, he did the usual thing that everyone does. Of course, I wasn't going to go Sheffield United. Okay. But I believe there was a break. And I just think in Southampton's position, where they were trying that midfield that worked for him in the Championship and did not work at all in the Premier League, if they had a chance to recall him, why didn't they do so? And for the price that's been banded around of 15 million, we're not in the position to be doing this for players like this. You know, if we're in the league for maybe like 2-3 years and we've built up an equity of good players, and you want to take a chance on the young one and maybe loan them out, then cool. But what does he do for us in our immediate future? And that's the thing for me in terms of Shea Charles. So I'm just going to leave that one there, and yeah, hopefully this one just like disappears into the ether. Listen, Daily Mail, they are good, but they've been naught for everything so far this season. Long may that continue with these last two links. But listen, people, that is the update for the video. I hope you've enjoyed it. Please like the video before you go. It helps out the channel immensely. Thank you to Parrot House for the super thanks on a couple videos ago. So thank you for that, Parrot House. And big up to all members of the channel. If you want to become a member of the channel, the link is in the description and helps me out immensely. Guys, see you in the next one. Peace out.